welcome back to my channel. I present to you my bare face. We're gonna go ahead and start with the brows today. I'm going in with my Got To Be brow gel. It's not a brow gel actually, it's for wigs, but I love to use it for my brows. It just gives my brows like a really nice feathered look. So these days I love to go into my brows with the Got To Be, and I'm gonna go ahead and press my brow hairs down and make sure that I've gotten the actual shape that I want. And I'm gonna go ahead and sculpt my brows with my really light concealer. This concealer is about 3 or 4 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. This is the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer. It dries down really fast, so you want to work fast when using this concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and sculpt the bottom part of my brows, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my Real Techniques brush. For primer today, I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip primer. This is one of my favorite primers. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I always use this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that onto my skin and massage it into my skin with my fingers. For foundation today, I'm using my Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. This is the old formula. I am in love with how this foundation makes my skin look. It's just a really nice formula. I haven't tried the new one. I'm looking forward to trying it, but I'm not gonna go and get it before I finish this one. I have way too many foundations already. I'm using the shade Cinnamon, so if you are in my skin tone or you have my skin tone, you can go ahead and get this one. It has a really bright golden undertone to it. I know it looks a little crazy, but it's gonna blend into my skin after everything. I'm blending it in with my Evita Joseph X and it's the foundation brush. And I love this foundation brush. I don't know why I don't use it as often as I used to, but I just really love it. It's so soft and it just blends everything out very seamlessly. Of course, I'm gonna go in with a beauty blender to blend everything into my skin. I always do this. It just gives my skin a really nice, airbrushed look. I don't know why people don't do this often, but I love to use brushes and sponges. I don't like to blend my foundation from scratch with a sponge, but I used to do it previously, but I just realized using a brush and then going over with a beauty blender just gives it a really nice effect, and I just really love that. I'm here trying to blend everything else into my skin, and I'm gonna go in and contour with my Juvia Space Stick Foundation in the shade Benin, I think. I'm gonna go over my jawbone, my forehead, and the cheekbones as usual. This foundation is about 2 shades darker than me, and I'm gonna highlight with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I'm gonna put that under my eyes. I'm gonna highlight the bridge of my nose, my mustache area, to conceal there because I have a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my 5 head and, like I said, the bridge of my nose. Of course, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a second concealer. Of course, I love a really bright under eye, so I'm going back in with my Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer that I used to highlight the bottom part of my brows previously. I'm just applying that under my eyes, and yeah, I'm gonna go over the bridge of my nose, of course, and a little bit on my forehead and my chin. I usually do not do this, but I just wanted to today, but it's not really going to change much. The bulk of the highlighting concealer went under my eyes. That is where I actually want the very bright effect. I'm going ahead to blend out my contour with my color box brush. I like to blend out my contour first, especially if I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, because it can sit down and not dry down. But I needed to work fast because the Huda Beauty concealer dries down very, very, very fast. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my highlighting concealer with a sponge today because I could not find my brush that I love to blend out my highlighting with. But blending out your highlighting with a sponge is not so bad. I haven't done this in a very long time. So it was a little weird for me, but I got a hold of it. I usually go in with a brush and then with a sponge, but I started with using a sponge, and it made me realize why I don't like using sponges as my first blend. So you guys should just watch me blend, I guess. Yes, that is the kind of bright under eye that I was going for. I really love this look. It just makes me look really, really awake, and I have started to develop bags under my eyes because I'm beginning to sleep less and less and less because your girl is just really, really anxious lately. But yeah, I'm dealing with it. I'm praying a lot, and I hope that things just work out for me. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and contour the sides of the bridge of my nose with a really small brush. I think I'm using the same contour product that I use, which is the Juvia Place Stick Foundation. I love to use stick foundations to contour. Lately, I don't really enjoy using liquid concealers, or I prefer cream or stick products for contouring because they're so much easier to blend, and they are really, really creamy, and they just stay on the skin a little longer in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I'm gonna push that under my eyes. This has to be one of my favorite setting powders. It's like an OG, and the yellow undertone is just amazing, and it's so finely milled. It just sets everything really, really nicely. If you are looking for an affordable setting powder, you should reach out for this one because I won't lie to you, it's really, really amazing. Again, I'm using my sponge to push that powder into my skin, and I'm pushing it into where I use my lighter concealer. I'm gonna go all over my face with the Sacha Buttercup, but just a little bit because I like to set my entire face with a setting powder. I have oily skin, and I just feel like using a setting powder and going on top of it with a pressed powder just gives me like a really airbrush look. It's not gonna look cakey, so trust me on this one. Now I'm gonna go back in and bake with the same Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I'm gonna use that to bake under my eyes and probably my smile lines. I like to bake before doing eyeshadow because it always catches fallout, and I love to do my base first So this just really saves all the mess from the eyeshadow, especially if there's a lot of fallout. Can you see the yellow undertone? I mean, this powder is so bomb. I really like it. Of course, I'm gonna do my reverse contour because the girl likes to be snatched. I'm using the same setting powder, and I'm gonna do my brows. Now I love to do my brows after doing my base, right before doing my eyeshadow, and I'm using my favorite brow product which is the Evita Joseph Esper Brow Liner in the shade Rich Expresso. I love this one because you do not have to sharpen it. I love it because it's just matte and it stays so long. It's just really amazing. It's just really amazing. I don't even know how to explain to you guys how amazing this this pencil is. So I'm just doing my brows really quickly. I realized doing my brows like this takes just a little bit of time. It's not as long as my usual brow steps, but yeah, who knows, I might go back to doing that if I get tired of doing this. I love to pick up different techniques and try out different techniques because being a makeup artist, you're gonna meet with different types of faces and brows, and yeah, I want to figure out which techniques to use on different people. I don't know if this makes sense. Anyways, that's not part of what we are doing today. I'm just trying to figure out if my brows are looking the same. I mean, they are sisters and not twins. Going into my eyeshadow, I'm using that shade from my Juvia's Place palettes. I would name all the palettes I use in my eyeshadow today. I'm just using this shade and I'm putting that all over my eyes. I'm just stamping it on my lid. When I started this eye look, I was really scared and worried that it wasn't going to work out because I usually like to start eyeshadow in my crease, but as you can see, I was starting with my lid. Again, I was trying a new technique of applying eyeshadow, and turns out I really loved the results. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep patting this cream off-white shadow onto my entire lid, and I'm gonna go back into another Juvia's Place palette. I think this is called the Zulu palette, and I went in with that warm brown and I'm putting that on my outer V. Again, I'm just stamping that onto my outer V. Usually I start in my crease. Like I said, this was a very different technique for me. I'm trying to, be diverse with my makeup. I'm going into another eyeshadow and I'm using that chocolate brown, and I'm just going to stamp that onto my outer V. Again, I wanted a darker brown and this palette was just close by, so I just picked it up. It's from the Red Cosmetics. It's a Ghanaian brand, and I'm so impressed by how pigmented that brown was. It was so easily blendable. I should probably be using this shadow small. So I went back into my Juvia's Place eyeshadow. I was a little worried that the white or the cream shadow I used previously was just going onto my crease and it looked a little weird. So I wanted to blend it out. So I realized it wasn't a good idea. So I just kept going in. I went back in with the warm brown that I used from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I just kept blending and it just ended up looking really nice. I feel like this is kind of a fall look. I don't know, you guys should tell me down in the comment section. Now this is my So Aesthetics liquid eyeliner. I love this stuff. I need to go and get more. It's so amazing and so easy to use, and it dries down matte and it stays all day. It's just really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a tiny little wing because I wanted a wing. If you're a beginner, I think you should get like a felt tip liner. It's less messy. But if you are good with getting wings, like doing or manipulating liquid liners, this should be your girl. It's so good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara. This is my Huda Beauty mascara. I'm applying mascara before my eyelashes because some of the whites or some of the cream shadow I used previously touched my eyelashes and I was looking a little gray, so I needed to do that. And I'm using these eyelashes that were gifted to me from BMV Cosmetics. I cannot stop using these lashes. They are so good. I've used them so many times and they are still so good, and they are magnetic lashes. They are relatively easier to apply. I'm going back in with my So Aesthetics Sheba Black Kohl liner. I'm gonna use that to tightline my eyes. You guys have been going on and on about how I tightline my eyes in the comment section. It's not magic. I learned this trick from my mom and I am always afraid to poke my eyes out, so this is how I do it these days and it just works. So you end up actually tightlining the top and the bottom part of your eyes, which is like killing two birds with one stone. So if you want to pick up this technique, you can. As you can see, I'm dusting off the fallout. The powder that I applied under my eyes actually really saved it. So as you can see, baking under the eyes is not just for baking sake, it's for catching fallout. And I really love how this eye look came about. I'm just dusting off all the excess powder of my skin with my Colorbox Cosmetics brush, and I'm gonna go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Deep. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a huge powder brush to blend everything into my skin, and I'm gonna go ahead and avoid the area under my eyes because I want to maintain that highlight, but everywhere else is gonna get the Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. This brush is from Evita Joseph, and it was a collab between Evita Joseph and Annette B. I think, yeah, I would name the brushes down below. Now I'm going in with my highlighting powder. This is from Maybelline. It's a Maybelline Super Stay powder, and I'm just going to push that under my eyes and wherever I want to have the highlight. I've been doing this technique and I just really love it. I saw one of the Instagram makeup artist doing it and I just thought it was a really brilliant thing to do. It just really makes my skin look really nice. That's what I've been doing of late and it's just nice. It's nice. I like to do that. I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush, by the way. I don't go in with a lot of powder. I just go in with just a little powder, by the way. Now I'm gonna bronze with my Full Spectrum CoverGirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. Of course, I'm gonna go in and go over my nose contour. Someone was asking me in the comment section why I like to contour my nose twice. I don't contour my nose twice. I just go in with my cream contour and I go in with my bronzer to set my cream contour, even though I probably set it with my setting powder. It gets a little lost. So yeah, I just like to go over it. Of course, you can just skip the cream contour and use your bronzer. That's always up to you. Now I'm going all over where I applied my cream bronzer or my cream contour previously, and I was using my Real Techniques blush brush. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my blush. This is the Bella blush from Juvia's Place. I'm using the same brush from Real Techniques. This is the 400 brush. I would make sure to name all the brushes down below. Hopefully editing muphidaht remembers to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and set with my Morphe continuous setting spray, and I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with my mascara. I'm gonna put that on my bottom lashes. I like to use mascara on my bottom lashes after setting because one time I used it before setting and it was just running down my face. My entire base was messed up. I'm going to go back in with that shade that I used all over my lid. I'm using that as an inner corner highlight. Guys, can you see how airbrushed my skin looks? I'm just really amazed. Anyways, I'm going to highlight with my MAC Gold Deposit. I'm putting that on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my Cupid's bow as well, and my cheekbones, probably my forehead too. I don't know. I filmed this a little while ago and I'm now doing the voiceover, so I think I forgot some of the things I did. But I'm applying my highlighter with my Color Box Cosmetics brush, and I went under my eyebrows too. I really did love how the eye makeup came out. I was really nervous because I usually don't start my eye makeup like this. Now I'm going back in with my Got To Be gel, and I want to have the feathered brow effect, so I'm going back in to, you know, make my brows look fly. Do you guys realize how different my brows look these days? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with a dark brown lip liner. Now I'm going in with my Nuban Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade, I think I forgot the name of the shade, but it's a very nice cool toned brown that I got recently. I want to try Nuban Beauty products because I was really impressed with the formula of this lipstick. It smells so nice. Oh my god, it smells so delicious. Anyways, I'm using my Super Stay Matte Ink lipstick from Maybelline in the shade Driver. I'm gonna put that at the center of my lip and blend it out. I wanted a lip color that would go with my eye makeup. It did not, so I went back in with my Lady lipstick from Juvia's Place, and I just put that on my lip, and it ended up matching with my eyelid actually. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Look at how flawless my skin looks. Like no filter, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.